is a bit casual. I'm not Sheikh or Maulana. MashaAllah, Sayyid Qasim, Sheikh Faisal, they've given us really good information on the Imams and background on their knowledge and their tradition. But I want to take you in a different angle. I want to take you in a different angle where how Imams, Imam Hussain especially, inspired me. First of all, raise up a hand if you have any example of your life that shaped your life and made a better version of yourself. So have you had any experience in life that changed your life, made you a better version of yourself? Okay. Yeah. And raise up a hand if Ahlybait inspires you in your day-to-day life.
Of course.
And raise up a hand if you want me to share some of my experience with them. So in 2021, 2022, I had really tough building projects, and I had some really financial difficulties with it, and it dragged me into some health issues. I went into severe sugar craving, and I started gaining weight, and I had back problems as well. I'm a dentist, so I was really struggling to work as well because of that. And it kind of really affected me mentally and physically. And it was only when I realized, and this ayah subhanallah, لا يغير الله ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. So Allah won't change what is in people unless they change within what in themselves. So I embodied this ayah in myself. I started to work holistically on my mindset and nutrition and body, and alhamdulillah, within few months I started to feel better, and I still start to feel like a lot better in my work work environment, in my dealing with other people, and I opened an Instagram channel, it's called The Upstream Dentist, to share my knowledge on health with people. And for me, self-development is not only self-development, it's a matter of what we call it tazkiyah to nafs. Tazkiyah to nafs is a wider concept of only self-development, because it involves purification of the soul, it involves development, and involves growth as well. So it's a bit wider aspect, because self-development in a material level is just trying to be better, I'm trying to get better money, I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to get that, but we want to be a bit more holistically, and especially in our soul. And Imam Hussain alayhi salam and Ahlybait is example for us, and looking at their jihad and how they deal with people, it inspires us in our day-to-day life. And I was doing well towards the end of 2022 until a big event happened in my life. It was the 5th of January 2023. I was literally just finished my work, and I get a text from my wife. Ali, her dad passed away. And it was shocking for us. He was ill in the hospital, but obviously I had to go back and comfort her, and we had to, obviously, we needed some time to mourn for him and arrange for the funeral. And at that time, I felt like my health journey, my diet, what I achieved, it all went out of the window. Everything got literally disturbed. And I literally felt like I lost everything. How did you feel when you lost a big pillar in your life? And then I kind of thought about and reflected on my father-in-law's life. My father-in-law could have retired easily in London and lived a comfortable life, but he went all the way to Karbala in Iraq, and we're remembering Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He basically served the orphans around Karbala, did so many charity work, mashallah, and he's basically wrote 2 books and served the zuwar of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain alayhi salam. Please read Fatiha for your for his soul and for your mahmoud. And at that time I said, Ali, what's wrong with you? You want to justify your laziness and not wanting to do work or not to do your sports again or day-to-day activities just because your father-in-law passed away? In fact, you should be inspired of what he did. And at that time, I didn't want to control my diet. I didn't want to go back to the gym. I decided I'm going to start to run. Running is one of the methods that relieves stress. So I started my running journey. I started running as a way to cope with his loss, but also to get fitter in a different way. And my aim was to be able to run for 5 kilometers. That was the whole aim. So anyone here knows an app that's called Couch to 5K app? It's an app that takes you through a journey, 9 weeks journey, to make you able to run for 5 kilometers. And I did that. I started to run before going to the clinic. And at that time, running in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then you open a ziyarah to Imam Ahllybayt, you listen to Labniyat, you listen to lecture, something, it really gives you that mental tranquility, that stability, hudu, peace, sakina. So in one aspect it improves your mental health, but also it provides you really physically, then all these hormones in your body that makes you really energetic and you really want to be active and more. And I consider it's like an armor for ourselves in the morning. So it's not about running, you can do whatever you want. But even walking helps a lot in the morning because it just gives you that, as I said, bit of peace time for yourself. And I continued doing that until nearly, alhamdulillah, I reached to my aim to be able to do the 5 kilometers. And subhanallah, on that day that I did the 5 kilometers, I got a call from a friend in Istanbul, Hajjat. He said, Ali, we are running for who is Hussein. We are running the half marathon at the end of May. Come and join us. He said 22 kilometers this time. I told him, look, it's difficult. I barely now just managed to run for a 5 kilometer. It's a big challenge, this one. And subhanallah, I remember he said, look, we are raising money for Abu Abdullah. And we are raising money for the kids. I remember it was the kids, the ill kids in Iraq, India and Yemen at that time. And it was a great cause. It was a great cause that I thought that I should take that challenge and start to train. And I started to train, alhamdulillah, with them. And it was an amazing opportunity because it was the whole team. We were running in the name of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, and we made a big buzz in the social media about it. We raised so much money, and alhamdulillah, until the day of the marathon, we managed to raise 65,000 pounds as a team together, collectively. How did you feel when you made a big achievement? So we reached to the day where the marathon is. It's the Wimbledon half marathon. It was 2 laps, and each lap was 8 miles. So in total it was 23 kilometers. And the first lap, 8 miles. The first 3 laps, the first 3 miles of the lap is upward slope, and then flat slope, and then it goes downward slope, and you need to do it twice. So we started the run. But it was really tough. The floor was muddy, and it was in the middle of the park, and upward slope. And as soon as I started to run, I thought I'm not going to be able to do it. It's very difficult, and it's already from the beginning I start to have problems in my leg, and the cramps. But I just said, let's continue. I just continued, and by the time I literally reached to finish the first lap, I remember that sign saying, okay, if you finish the second lap, you turn left. If you finish the first lap, start again. Oh my God, imagine. So I did not start the second lap again, but now they're going up again. And that was really, really, really tough. And subhanAllah, I passed by a stream of water. I was thirsty. And I literally wanted to jump in the water and swim and drink the water. And I remember Abu Ahlybait at that time. Literally, only I just drank water like what few minutes before, and the weather is hot, and because I'm running, and I was thirsty, really thirsty. And I said, Assalamu alaikum ya Abu Ahlybait. You're literally in the water 3 days. You didn't drink water, and you didn't drink the water. You remembered the kids of Abu Imam Hussein alayhi salam. It's such an amazing, but when you think about it, it really inspired me that moment. And then I continued to run. Halfway through, my legs stopped completely. I couldn't run anymore. And I just felt like I missed it. Have you felt like you made a big achievement and you missed it badly? And I tried, people donated so much money for me, and I just felt like I've really let them down. And subhanAllah, one of my colleagues, the runners with me, Mustafa Murad, brother Mustafa, he's an amazing guy. He passed by me. I told him, Mustafa, please come and say, help me. I told him, you suppose happening. I said, this leg stopped, it's not moving anymore. And Mustafa gave a bit of message, and he said, you know what? I know what's going to help you. And by the way, my mobile died, and he takes it, and he plays Al-Aqmiya in English. And it's motivating. I don't know, I should have asked him all that the names, but subhanAllah, I just had that energy there, and I just feel like, okay, no, I think, you know what, I can't do it. And alhamdulillah, it was 3 miles, we managed to finish it, and alhamdulillah, I managed to finish the Wimbledon half marathon, and it was an amazing achievement. And after that, I did again train for the London half marathon, and we did it in September. And Hujjat Istanbul invited me in December to talk about it, because it was amazing how someone can manage to run within few months, to be able to run, having like nothing, to be able to run the half marathon. And again, it was at that time, what happened is I gave them a talk, and then for the first time they gave me the award of the year, the runner in Istanbul. And that was an amazing achievement. I mean, I don't know if you met with the Hoja community, the quite close community. I was the only Iraqi there, but alhamdulillah, they made an exception. I mean, it's 120 runners, all of them, many of them are professionals, and they've run for long distances, but they gave me the running award among them. But at that time, I'm reflecting back on that, I felt a bit of ujub in myself, a bit of, oh, you know, I feel too good. There is self-admiration, takabbur inside yourself. And looking back at it, and remembering Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam in this event. Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam is represented what's called the Ashq al-Ilahi, the sincerity for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his ibadah, his work in basically dua. For example, we've got this in Najat al-Shakir, when he says, إلهي إليك أشكو نفسا بالسوء أمارا وإلى الخطيئة مبادرة وبمعاصيك مولعا. My God, thee I complain of a soul commanded to evil, rushing to offenses, eager to dishonesty, and exposing itself to the anger. So, looking back at that, I mean, I think I might have not done this ikhlas fully for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I might done something good for myself, and this is something I want to work on it. So for me, is the angle of working on the mindset in nutrition and body is the one that helped me a lot. And maybe we can give a different talk on that subject. But now I have 1 minute, okay? But now I just want to conclude with another angle that I learned from my research and from these three Imams. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is the first angle of it. Is for him representing the dignity, the sacrifice, and that's something we can learn and take in ourselves. And from the second angle of that triangle is the loyalty. The loyalty of Abul Fadl Abbas alayhi salam when he stood up and helped his brother and just listened to his Imam. And the third one and the last one is the sincerity of Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam. I think we should use this as a skill to apply our work in our day-to-day life, and basically to just judge it and work around it. Jazakallah khair.
جزاك الله خير.